Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Mind your business. Only on Money FM 89.3.
Yes, good morning. It's Audrey Seek and Ahmad Akhtar taking you through Mind Your Business. And today we're talking about the arts. Woo. You know, in a place like Singapore, stability and security often rule the day, right? You know, taking a leap into an unconventional career can feel pretty scary, especially if it's something in the arts. And what about body art? Even trickier. So for a lot of people, it's a lot easier and safer to just kind of follow the system, right?
It is. There are a few who choose differently, as you pointed out, who lean into their craft despite the doubts and the detours, just like you and me, Audrey. Today we speak to someone who answered that question with action and art. So without further ado, let's welcome on the show Cyann Lee. She is the founder of HEYCYANN. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for coming on. You have a nice little pet with you?
Yes.
Who is this pet?
Oh, I'm holding on to my stuffed hippo. He's 26 years old. I had him since I was 1. Yes.
Fantastic.
Way to call her out, Ahmad.
It's very cute. I couldn't avoid it. But anyway, you are the artist behind HEYCYANN. It's a name that's reshaping how people view semi-permanent tattoos. So let's talk about the origin story. What was the genesis behind starting this business of yours?
So I've always loved drawing since I was a kid. So I took like O-level, A-level art when I was in school. And I guess I always kind of wanted a career in the arts. And this kind of started as a hobby on the side when I was still in school. And then more and more people started coming to me to ask for tattoos. And then somehow it became my full-time job. Yes.
All right. So for those tuning in who may not be familiar, what exactly are Jaguar tattoos? What's the ink kind of made from? How does it work? And how are they different from, henna? I think that's the one that we're most familiar with.
So jaguar tattoos are made from an ink that is made from jaguar fruit, which is a fruit that originates from Central and South America.
Okay.
It is similar to henna scientifically because both come from plants and they both have enzymes that react with your proteins and therefore stain your skin the color it does. The difference is that they come from different plants and therefore different enzymes and stains a different color. With jaguar, it stains like a really dark blue, almost black color, and it looks just like a real tattoo.
And you extract the juice from the fruit yourself, right?
Yeah, so what I do is I buy the fruit and then it's like in a powder form, freeze-dried and everything, and then I mix my own ink.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. And how have you found the reception to Jaguar tattoos? Because tattoos, especially still here in Asia, can still come with a bit of a social kind of stigma. So in your experience, have attitudes changed over time? And do you think that, with Jaguar being a semi-permanent kind of situation, that it helps people warm up to the idea,
Yes, definitely. I think the social norms and the thought processes surrounding the idea of tattoos is changing. I get clients from all walks of life. I've tattooed on lawyers, doctors, teachers. We also do a lot of brand and company events. And you would think that it'll be mostly just brands that hire us, but we've also done D&Ds for Big Four companies and really corporate companies, I guess.
Yeah, so you've come a pretty long way given that you are still an independent artist. I'm curious to know what some of the struggles were that you've had to overcome.
I think navigating the career of an artist and making it work financially is definitely something you have to figure out for yourself, especially when no one really has walked the very specific walk that you're walking. Yeah. But because I guess I've managed to make it such that my career is kind of sustainable and I can do my art for a living, which is why I also mentor young women to do the same. So I actually have a team now that I love them with my whole life, and I really wish that, I can impart what I've learned so that they can do the same with theirs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, growing up in Singapore, many of us are taught to aim for the safe careers, doctors, lawyers, engineers, know the list. How did you push past all of those societal expectations at such a young age, to pursue something as niche as tattooing?
I feel like when you love something so much, it's kind of impossible to walk away from it. So for me, actually, my diploma is in business. I did business in school. I tried to go a conventional path, but even when I was studying business, I would be doing like creative things on the side. I was like freelance graphic designing and things like that on the side. So I couldn't run away from it, no matter how hard I tried. I even almost took dietetics in uni.
Oh.
Yeah, which is completely different from what I'm doing now. But I think it was that part of me that was like, I have to please my parents. I have to do something that is conventionally acceptable. Yeah, but I just couldn't run away from it. And when you love something, I think you put in so much effort into it that you would make it work better than if you tried to do something that you don't really like that much.
Yeah, to that point, did you face any opposition from friends, family? Probably less likely friends, but family, or were they quite supportive?
I would say they were supportive, but they were worried. Yeah. But now that they see that I can feed myself and I can like pay for things that I need, I think they're worrying a lot less now.
Yeah. Okay, so walk us through the journey from, we understand that you had this deep love and passion for art. But what was that turning point that you were like, okay, I'm actually going to try to turn this into a business, a viable business?
I don't think that there was a specific turning point because I'm very risk adverse. So I was doing it like kind of as a side hustle for a very, very long time. And my day job was in design. The point where it became my full-time job actually was when the company that I was working at kind of closed down their Singapore headquarters.
Oh, okay.
So in that way, I kind of lost my day job. And it was at a time where I was already like starting to consider like, should I make this my full-time thing? But I'm scared. What if like I make it full-time and I can't pay rent and things like that? But I think the company closed down in a time where I needed it. If not, I would have never stepped out of that and made this my full-time job. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of which, curious to know how you've managed to maintain your creative spark in a very niche industry while also being able to make enough money to justify being in the space. How much do you typically charge for your services?
So for private appointments, my prices start from 40 and up per person. I usually charge on an hourly rate for bigger pieces. Yeah, and we also do like brand events, like I said. Yeah, which is where a lot of our income comes from. Yeah.
Okay, so for someone getting a jaguar tattoo for the first time, what should they expect? Like, how long does it typically last? And what does the fading process kind of look like?
And is it painful?
It's not painful. It lasts about 2 to 3 weeks. It depends on your body's natural rate of regeneration for your skin and also which body part you have it on.
Does it matter how hard you scrub that particular part?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah. The more you scrub, the faster it fades. But it's also really difficult to get rid of. So unlike a henna tattoo, I think if you really scrubbed, you could get rid of it in like a couple of days. Jaguar stains a lot deeper. So even if you scrub a lot, you can't like just get rid of it in like 2 to 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah, sadly, my henna tattoo took like 3 months to fully disappear.
Whoa.
Yeah, they use some pretty harmful
some
chemicals,
powerful
I think.
stuff that they
Yeah,
use.
speaking of which, I have heard that these harmful chemicals like PPD are used in henna.
Yeah.
Are there any contaminated jaguar products as well that people out there, maybe even people in the space that you're aware of, use as well?
Yes. So what I've been seeing recently is that more and more artists are actually just purchasing inks off like Shopee or Taobao.
Oh, no.
Yeah, which, in all honesty, I don't think it's the artist's fault.
Yep.
Because I think a lot of these artists, they're young, they're still in school, and they're just like, oh, there's a Jaguar hype now and I want to jump on it.
Right.
And they don't know the dangers. And they don't know how to differentiate like real Jaguar ink and fake Jaguar ink. So there's fake Jaguar inks which are made from chemicals. How you tell is because Jaguar needs to be kept cold and refrigerated at all times. If not, the enzymes denature and they won't stay in your skin. So if it's possible for the ink to be shipped from the Shopee warehouse to your house and still stay in your skin, you know that there's something wrong with it. Yeah.
And you don't know whether they're storing it at the right temperatures, etc., before they ship it over to you.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So if it still stains when it's reached your house, there's something wrong with that, there's a higher rate of reactions. It's actually chemical burns, not allergic reactions. So I've had clients that had similar experiences as you, where they go to like a street site, like Jaguar artists, that they just like find at some event and they get Jaguar tattoos and then they get a scar in the shape of the tattoo that they got.
Oh, man. So you weren't allergic to it. It was a chemical burn.
It was a chemical burn, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. All right. So, Cyann, let's talk about this amazing milestone. Earlier this year, you became the first and only Singaporean artist featured at the Toasty Art Market in Brisbane. Tattoo artist, I should say. Featured at the Toasty Art Market in Brisbane. And even more impressively, the first Jaguar artist to take part. What was that experience like for you, and how does it feel?
That was really, really lovely. It was my first time in Brisbane. I think it was in February. Yeah. And that was for the Toasty Art Market. I met so many lovely Australian artists that I became friends with eventually. And then I went back in April for the Brisbane Illustration Fair. And a lot of these artists that I met in February also came to the Brisbane Illustration Fair, and then we got to reconnect and we actually went fishing together.
Oh, very nice.
Because I love fishing and they knew about that, so they planned like a fishing thing with like several like other artists.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was really lovely, and I'm going back again this September actually. I just bought my tickets yesterday.
Excellent.
All right. And you know, Singapore turned 60 this year. We're celebrating SG60 in just a couple of days. And as someone who's building a creative business here, what does SG60 mean to you? And what kind of future would you like to see for the next generation of artists and entrepreneurs in Singapore?
For me, I think I would really love to empower the next generation of young artists. I think in Singapore, it's still quite a space that most people navigate without much knowledge, like kind of blindfolded because you don't really know what you need or who to learn from to get to where you want to be. I hope that that knowledge is passed down, you know, from generation to generation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And is HEYCYANN your main hustle, your main focus right now, or have you expanded to other areas as well? Are you thinking like workshops, more collaborations? What does the wider business look like?
Yeah, so HEYCYANN is my main thing, but we have several arms. So we have private appointments. We also have workshops, which are now approved for SG Culture Pass from September onwards. So you can use your Culture Pass credits on that. We have brands and corporate events. We do pop-ups, activations, and then we have international guest tattooing things going on.
All right.
Yeah.
One more question.
Yes.
I know you've made a living for yourself in the Jaguar tattoo art business. Would you go into permanent tattoo art eventually?
I have thought about it,
Yeah.
but I feel like there are so many talented Singaporean artists already that I really, really look up to. And I feel like the permanent tattooing scene doesn't need one more. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're interested in semi-permanent tattoos, this one was for you. Thank you so much, Cyann Lee, founder of HEYCYANN, for giving us a glimpse into a creative path that blended art and passion and courage. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I was about to say your business may be all about semi-permanent tattoos, but you have left a pretty permanent impression here on us at The Breakfast Show. Thank you so much. And you're listening to Money FM 89.3.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.